everybody, Fantasticairy here, back with another video. Autumn is quickly approaching, so I'm appreciating the greens before everything turns to beautiful colors. Also appreciating all the little critters. I like to go out and get inspired by nature, just like these blackberries. They're not quite black yet, but I was inspired to paint some wild berries for this week's video. I've actually already started this page. As you can tell, my messy palette here with all the different colors I've been using, and my favorite color, the sap green. So I decided I was going to paint some wild raspberries. They grow all over the place where I live. They're a little bit invasive, but it's okay to have an invasive berry because they're edible, in my opinion. I'm going to start off by blocking in all the little vines and kind of roughing in my composition, using a light in value sap green color and a little bit dark in some areas for the berries. I'm going to also block in the leaves that I want to paint around the raspberries, using a little bit of a brighter green because I'm going to go over it with a darker color afterwards when I detail. Raspberry leaves have a little bit of a jagged edge on the edge of the leaf. Leaves have a lot of different interesting textures. I'm just going to go over the edge, add in these little spiky textures to give it a little bit more character. And then I'm going to take my Viridian green to go over the sap green, just to give a little bit more variety in color, and also just to experiment to see how it looks on top. Now that I've blocked in my main leaves, I'm going to start blocking in my little raspberries. It was very interesting to paint these. They don't look complicated to paint, but they got a lot of little spheres encased in this one little berry. So trying to define that detail with watercolor was really fun to experiment with. I'm going to start with a lighter value of red, and I'm going to use the wet on wet technique, let the red colors blend naturally, and to see what it looks like in the end. While I'm waiting for the berries to dry, I'm going to go back to the leaves and start adding in a little bit more texture and darker values of the greens. This part was a lot of fun. I decided to go with some random brush strokes over the lighter colors, working my way from light to dark, using the wet on wet technique again to experiment and see what will happen when it dries. And then afterwards, I'll go over with my smaller brush to detail. Right now I'm using my number 1 round brush. Now that I have all my shapes blocked in my composition, I'm ready to start my main details for my raspberries. I really love this vibrant color of red. It was super satisfying to circle in all these little tiny spheres that make up the berry. I wasn't shy with my value of saturation. I just went in and see what was going to happen, leaving a little bit of negative space in between the spheres. And then I use the wet and wet technique again to add in a deeper, darker value of red that I mixed with a little bit of purple, and not being shy and adding even more of deeper values. After I block in my little spheres, I'm going to go back to the leaf and add in my tiny details with my 01 liner brush. I really love this fine liner brush. It gives you wispy lines, very organic and natural feeling once you get the hang of it. It's one of my favorite brushes to use to add in details. I'm going to let you guys enjoy the final review with some music, and I'll see you at the end for the end result. I really love how this page turned out. From all the berries, we have our choke cherries on the top left corner, to our blackberries, the top right, our raspberries, and then the blueberries, which I think are my favorite. It might have something to do with blueberries are my favorite berry to eat. But yeah, these are the berries that grow in September around where I live. Please comment below what berries grow around where you live that are edible. I think my favorite part of this was creating the different textures, experimenting to see what kind of look I could get in the end. It definitely has a more illustrative feel than realistic feel to it, stylistic feel, but that's what I love about watercolor. I feel like the colors really blend well together. It's a good little introduction into the fall colors soon to come, which I'll be excited to paint. But for now, I'm going to enjoy the greens of summer while they're still around. Thank you again so much for watching, guys. Your comments below really make my day. They make me so happy. I really enjoy engaging with you in the comment section. Please like and subscribe if you want to see more. Videos are every Friday. You can find me in the social medias and the link in the description below, as well as my in-print shop, where you can purchase prints and stickers of my artwork I've done thus far. Thank you guys again, and I'll see you next week. Bye-bye!